Hello everybody, it is Wednesday here on the Many Shades of Gay. I'm your host of this fun and fabulous Wednesday. My name is How the fuck are you doing? Really quick before we get started here, JJ. You moving, buddy? That's cool. Hopefully you have a smooth move to your new digs, your new apartment, your new house, wherever you may have been moving to. Hopefully it goes smoothly. You get all the packing, the wrapping, the bubble wrapping all done up all nicely in that there. And it goes very, very smoothly. And looking forward to seeing your new house, your new digs, when you get moved in and settled in there. So good luck to you on that. Hopefully it all goes well with you. And moving on to the topic of discussion for this video, is a topic that I've kind of wanted to talk about a little bit. And that is hostility amongst the community, amongst the LGBTQ community or population, whatever you want to label it as, fine. I personally have, when attending events outside of a black bloc or of a massive event like the G8, the G20, IMF, whatever, where there is a contingency of queer anarchists, outside of those events, at normal LGBTQ events that are, organized for the purpose of our movement, I've been met with a lot of hostility over the years. I have been asked to leave events. I've been told to leave events. I have been escorted out and told to stay and, blah. And to me, this is an issue of disheartening means to me, as if the LGBTQ movement and certain organizations only want an image to be perceived that is media friendly, as if to say that, okay, you may be queer, you may be a gay rights activist, but you're not the type of activist that we support and we want, and therefore you cannot, attend our events, our rallies, and if you do show up flying your flag or wearing a pink bandana, you will be asked to leave. And this occurs a lot when media is present. And really, it is just sickening. You wonder why a lot of people hate us. And I understand why a lot of people hate gay people. I understand why heterosexuals are homophobes. I understand why the Republican Party has a long history of being homophobic. And I hate to say it, the Democratic Party as well is guilty in this instance as well. I understand why religious institutions have a long history of being homophobic and even aggressively violent against LGBTQ people. What I don't get is the hostility amongst our own movement, amongst our own community. As if to say that only a certain type of activist is welcomed, and if you hold any type of aggression, then you are not welcomed, and you will be treated with a sense of hostility when you attend events or show up at events. More recently, I've come to realize is that massive organizations that organize events do not organize events to showcase the broad spectrum of people in the LGBTQ movement. They want people there that are a reflection of what their interpretation of what an activist is. And if anyone shows up that is in opposition to what their view or stance or idea of what an activist is, they will try to ask you, and in some cases force you, to leave. Which is something that I believe is a discredit to our movement, and to equality, to liberation, and to equal rights and in general fairness. Okay. A lot of people are really quick to say that aggression is not welcome within the LGBTQ movement. Well, people forget Stonewall was not a peaceful demonstration. It was a riot. A full-blown riot. That was the catalyst of our movement. That is one of the events that thrusted this movement forward. And was it done in a peaceful manner? No, it was done with aggression. Aggression can be constructive at demonstrations, at protests. But a lot of people, honestly, I think, truly have forgotten our history. And therefore believe that aggression is counterproductive. I propose this. Is it counterproductive to confront propagated homophobes that preach violence, denial of civil liberties, and execution of gay people based on an interpretation of religion or religious morality? Is it counterproductive to try and silence or confront those individuals in an open setting? Is it counterproductive to confront an individual and ask them questions that may or may not raise or lead to a heated confrontation? Should we allow fear of what if to dictate actions and planning? Should we allow this fear to consume and kind of change the tactics in which we use? Should we allow this fear to lead us away from actually confronting those who essentially want us and want to deny us equality and civility? Those are the things I often think about when somebody says that aggression is counterproductive. Aggression is an act that can be productive when used properly and constructively. Now, at the same coin, yes, it can be used counterproductively. But, more oftentimes than not, when individuals like myself are at rallies or attending massive events, our aggression is focused on those who wish to do us harm and to try to oppress us, deny us, or preach religious interpretation and violence towards our community. I don't see that. I don't see confronting those types of individuals as an act of counterproductiveness. That is counterproductive. It is not anti-counterproductive or negative or whatever the hell you want to call it. To this manner, I often wonder why people assert to a notion that any means of confrontation is counterproductive when the LGBTQ history, our own history, is full of confrontations, of clashes, and of struggle and strife. I often sometimes wonder if people within the movement have forgotten our history or have not learned our history, or maybe are even unaware of our history. Anyway, thank you for listening to this rant, essentially. Take care. See y'all next week. Feel free to leave your comments down below. Star it and subscribe to the channel. And make sure to check out tomorrow or Thursday. And please go check out this channel and subscribe to them. Take care. Goodbye.